and welcome back to another episode of Three Crones in the Woo Woo. I am one of your hosts, Gail Nicholson, resilience coach and all-around miracle maker. To my side, I have Miss Krista Ducharme, intuitive healer and Reiki healer with Dimensional Healing with Krista. And we also have down below Damaris Samolinsky with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinsky. And she also does intuitive healing and specializes in medical astrology. So real cool niche there. So welcome, come on in, have a seat. You know the shtick. Invite people that you think might be interested in this. Hit the like button or even the love button. Comment, share, and that's how you get into our weekly drawing every week. So the more participation, the better it works out for you. Awesome. So let's begin with just kind of acknowledging that I'm traveling. So I'm in Michigan right now, and it's doing its Michigan thing, right? Torrential rain, a little bit of sunshine, torrential rain, a little bit of sunshine. Yeah, it's doing that. So if my internet goes out, the ladies will take it over. And if Krista's internet goes out, who's experiencing the same thing in the Netherlands, the rest, the two of us. If Damaris's internet goes out, we're screwed. We're just
That's it. We're just right. We're up a creek. There we go. I'm telling you.
Oh, so welcome. We got a couple of people in here already. Hi, Tracy Paquin. Thanks so much for joining us. And let's see. Ooh, Facebook user. I'm gonna guess that's Adam, but I'm not sure. Because it's usually is, and he. Let me join this little comment here. He just said he checked his spiritual calendar and Venus and Mars are close tonight. Yeah, there's an amazing thing going on that has only happens every 2 years usually, but it hasn't happened in Leo for 8 years. So we'll leave Damaris to talk.
We talked about that last week, though. Remember the push and the pull.
Yeah, but with them going into Leo, they're pushing and pulling on a different thing now.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Leo is also like a fixed sign, so if it's on the negative side, forget it. Leo is very like fixed, in its ways.
Yeah,
I know this. I love Leo. Hi, awesome. Tracy. I love you. And then my daughter, who's a cusp, Leo Virgo. Oh yeah.
I have Leo rising Virgo sun sign, so I get it.
God bless.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. It's like, that is.
We love our Leos, though. Whether
yes, we do.
Just purr, Leos. Just purr. Keep purring.
Yep. Yeah, and by all means, shake that mane, make yourself seen.
Yes,
hell yeah,
I
love Leo energy.
I love Leo.
Yeah,
except when it's working against us.
Oh, yeah, because you don't want that kind of flashy on the other team. No.
Yeah, no.
Tracy's blowing raspberries at us now. We do adore you, Tracy. We do. Awesome.
I love you, Tracy.
So let's kind of just check in. We've kind of checked weather, but how has this week been for you guys? Because in my life, wow, we'll get to that. But Damaris, how's your week been?
Well, New York weather, I just have had enough of this weather here. It's been very, very sticky and humid, and it's like it wants to rain, but it doesn't rain, and it's just been really nasty. And I'm just tired of it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, too sticky. You take a shower, you walk out, and you're sweating. It's just
yuck.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, how about like in business and stuff? What have you been up to?
So business is doing good. I've been working hard on my, I have 2 businesses. So I've been working on both,
What the heck is Krista freaking about?
I've been busy with that. I've been busy. I also.
Come on. Tell everybody what you're doing. Tell everybody what you're doing. I'm looking excited. I'm really excited.
Which part?
You put out that you're doing your little little box?
Yes,
So
yes.
that's what I'm looking excited
Right.
about.
That's what I
I'm
was
really
just
like,
going to say. So,
sorry.
I was busy for the last couple of weeks doing other things, but I've been getting calls for these boxes. So I'm back. To me, these boxes are like a ministry because I tap into the soul of the person. Okay, my daughter just came in. I tap into the soul of the person, and then I sort of like download what they need to balance, and then what chakra it belongs to, so that they can balance it with affirmations, with different tools, with crystals, with different ways to balance it with food, because we could eat for the chakras, right? Yeah. So also with dance, I didn't know that dance until I started looking into it. Dance has so many benefits.
Oh, yeah.
It boosts your health, your heart health, your memory. You can't be sad and happy at the same time. So it has a lot of benefits. So I love when she dances, but we should all dance like nobody's watching.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
and
Yeah.
so that's what I do. I uplift people with these boxes, and I help them look, within. Some people, though, I've had some people that do not like what I'm saying, and like they're not taking it. Like, no, I'm like, oh no, I never mean to upset anyone. It's just what I feel that they need to balance, but they like reject it sometimes. So I'm like, maybe they really do need to look at that, because it's almost like a trigger. It's almost like a trigger.
Yeah, or at the very least, it's something that they've gotten used to being without, and the idea of balancing it is a little bit sketchy.
Yeah.
Or
What do
God
you guys
forbid
say?
you introduce something new to them. Or it's like, oh, wait, you mean I have control of this? That's the hard part. Seriously, folks.
Yeah.
That is, I think, the hardest thing that we all have to understand is that we have control.
We do.
It's called choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you every day have choices, and you have to just live with how you make them. And that becomes the sticky, taffy, mud, whatever, however you want to look at it. But that's the part that people really have. And I know that those boxes that you provide.
I love the boxes. I call it my ministry, because it's
saw that.
comes from the heart, it never is to judge anybody. It's never to, make them wrong, so to speak. It's always to look at it. Okay, let me raise my consciousness to this level so that I can step into who I am.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. And so, it is. It's really cool. I was so excited when I saw that you were doing
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you. I love doing them.
That's why I was getting excited and doing my little dancing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm just like dancing for everything. Whether
I love it.
I love the fact that you dance so much, but it kind of scared me when Damaris said, we all need to dance, because I've been told repeatedly that I dance like a stripper.
There's so many benefits.
Well, then do it, girl, and own it.
Even weight loss. I dance like
there's
a lot of benefits.
Yeah. By the way,
what was that?
I dance like a stripper sometimes. True story. In my fitness classes, oh God. All right, true story. In my fitness classes, I teach because I love pole dancing. Yep. If you want to learn that. You want to do something fitness wise that A is over the top, B is going to teach you how to love your body in a much different way. And I mean, I'm not talking about making it
we know,
making it sleazy or anything else, because honest to God, my hat goes off from a fitness instructor aspect to pole dancers, because I've taken now pole dancing classes a couple of times, but I've incorporated. I was watching a stripper who turned into a professional fitness instructor. And she was, and this was a few years back, and she was showing moves. And I'll be frank, you want to get a rock hard body? You want to learn and understand about your body? Yeah. Learn some moves that they do and do it.
It's an art.
And own it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be, risque and out in public doing it. You can do it in the privacy of your home, but own it, because you learn so much about your own body, and you start to
should.
love it, and you start to appreciate it. And so I started teaching and in my fitness classes, not all moves, but some moves, because they're very vital for working the whole body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was teaching this class to both males and females, and they were of the senior population, so not of a younger population. And I'll tell you what, I have never seen more people rock that body and roll that body and move that body and decide to
It's an art, definitely.
And some of them came up to me afterwards. They're like, "Oh my God, Krista, I haven't felt those parts of my body move in like forever."
Mhm.
But it instilled so much joy.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming from. Do it. So you move like a stripper, then it's better.
Trust me, it's not like I'm not ashamed of it. It just belongs in certain situations, not necessarily here.
Just own it.
Anyway,
it's all fun.
By the way, your mom just came in.
Oh, awesome! Hey, Mom.
Hi, Sue. So glad you could join us.
I'm reading Sue. I can't wait. She picked me, so I was so excited.
I know.
That's awesome.
I'm so excited for you. Yay!
I'm excited.
And I did Michelle's reading, her crystal reading.
Yeah, how was it?
Well, for me, I thought it was really intense, but an awesome intense, because it's always intense. When you're giving people this information, I'd love to say it's always about candy, roses, flowers, bubble gum, but it really,
life has challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't do any service to anybody by couching anything that we can see about a future challenge. I mean, why would you do that to a client?
100%.
You just got to find a way to put it so that it's constructive and proactive and all of that, so they have the capacity to do something about it.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. And I loved it because she was in Hawaii. I don't know if you know, Michelle's in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And so that made it fun. We're 12 hours apart, which makes it kind of fun. Yeah. It is. It's kind of fun. I'm like, this is cool. But still,
Michelle's been a good friend of mine for a lot of years. She's another Manilow fan. And we would congregate in Vegas, and she's just one of the sweetest women on the planet. And she would bring these little packets of macadamia nuts from Hawaii for us as just little gifts. Just one of the sweetest people I've ever known.
So she lives there. She's not on vacation there.
Correct.
She lives there. Yeah, she's very much. I'm going to guess from the energy, very Hawaiian. Very much. Yeah.
I want to go there one day. It's on my bucket list.
Oh, it's a wonderful place. I've only been there for like 5 days. Highly recommend it, and I want to go back.
Go there.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here, for this week, honestly, for what we've been going through, it's been very, very interesting. And I've been watching the transits, and I've been watching an awful lot about, what's kind of going on in the sky and how it's impacting. Because there is a lot going on, and even though Mars has gone. Mercury's gone direct and it's out of its shadow phase. And that, pain in the ass is over for a little while.
It affected me this time really bad. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was intense.
It was. It threw me off, like, really. It threw me off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we've got, I guess, like Saturn and Jupiter just doing this whole, like,
they're in conjunction.
You thought you had plans for next year? Screw them. No. We're going a whole different direction.
They're in conjunction.
Yeah. So I'm excited to hear what your report is this week. So let's see here. Are we going to go with Krista first or Damaris first today?
I think Damaris.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's stick with it. Let's stick with what we know, people.
All right.
Yeah. So. And that was totally a brain fart for me.
No, it's never. It always works.
It is.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, so here's your segment. Yay! Woohoo!
Hello, everybody. So I'm going to talk about the number 7 first, which is the 7 vibration that we're in today. 7 is really a spiritual number. It's the number that's in the Bible so many times. It's very, very spiritual. It's the number of introspection. It's the number of going within, soul searching, soul finding. I think this is a pivotal time that we're going through, just like what Gail was saying, all the planets and everything that's going on. This is a pivotal time to soul search, find ourselves. Who are we? Why are we here? Those are the questions that I asked Spirit when I first initiated my journey. I was like, I was in a bad place, and I was just asking God, talking to God and asking him, why am I here? What is the point of all of this? It's like I had a bad, mindset at the time. I used to say, life is a bitch and then we die. That's the mindset that I had.
Me too. Yeah, I think we all did.
Downs, right?
Yeah.
But I shifted. I evolved from that mindset. But seriously, it's like we have to figure this out. Why are we here? So the number 7 is all about that. Is soul searching, finding our spirituality, I always tell people we're spiritual beings having a physical experience. So that means we're spiritual. So let's find out who we really are, and then step into that plate, right? Step into that stage, show up that way. So that's the number 7. So obviously there's a lot of people that are not going to be, in retrospect and in soul searching, but those of us that are supposed to should get on that. So please use this energy today to find yourself, so that you can step into who you are, and then give permission to others to do the same. That's what happens when we do that. We actually give other people permission to do the same thing. I want to talk about different things with the planets. First, I want to talk about that that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. It's in Aquarius. So I just want to say that the last time that this conjunction was in an air sign was in 1870. That's the last time it was there. Yeah, it was in the air signs, the conjunction. So after that, it's been in all the earth signs. So now, starting with the Aquarius energy, every 20 years is going to go into another air sign. So for another 180 years, we're going to experience it at the air signs, the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. What is that conjunction? It's called the Great Mutation. So the Great Mutation is when we're transmuting whatever is negative. So Jupiter expands, Saturn constricts, right? So
sounds like labor.
What was that, Gail?
Sounds like labor.
Yes, it really, really is. Saturn is law and order, right? Saturn is discipline, organization. Being in an air sign, right? In Aquarius is all about community. Aquarius is about social justice. Aquarius is about fighting for the underdog. Aquarius is rebellious and wants to reform. So what is this, right? So with that being said, Saturn wants all of this to happen, but in an orderly manner. It doesn't want chaos, right? Mm-hmm. As you know, Jupiter expands, and Jupiter is a great planet. But if if the person or the people are vibrating in a negative way, then it's going to expand the negative too, which is why you're seeing everything you're seeing globally. I was watching the news yesterday or this morning. Can't even remember, but yesterday or this morning, and I saw things in Cuba going on. I saw things in Haiti. The Haitian president was killed. Mm-hmm. There's stuff going on in South Africa. A lot of things are happening. That's a Pluto energy, by the way. Pluto is in retrograde in Capricorn. So Capricorn has to do with government. It has to do with power. And so Pluto is bringing up to the surface everything that needs to be destroyed and rebuilt. So all of this is going on at the same time. There's a lot going on. And that's why we also need to go within with that number 7 energy. When we go within, we find stillness. We find who we are. We don't react negatively to whatever's going on. We don't go out there and create chaos ourselves. So we really have to go within, find our source, and meditate, pray. I've been praying every day, for the planet, not just for me and my family, for everybody. And I hope that, we find peace in my lifetime. I know that Pluto, going back to Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, and it's not going to leave till 2026. So this is going to go on for another 4 years, this cleaning of the I'm going to say the swamp,
right?
dirt.
The sludge of corruption in the government,
the government, because it's got to do Capricorn,
and not just America, around the world.
Around the world, not just the United States, it's globally. And that's why you're seeing all of this. In Cuba, I know that the people are, they're tired of the dictatorships, right? They're walking out and protesting. In South Africa is, oh my God, it's really scary what's going on over there. In Haiti, they assassinated the president. I mean, really, it's a lot going on. It's a lot. And what's going to happen is that everything is going to surface. Everybody that we need to really focus on and look at and see who hasn't been really working for the benefit of humanity and for the benefit of all involved. If only they've been selfish, right? It's all coming up to the surface. And by 2026, we're going to see it all, because Pluto, before it leaves Capricorn, is going to show us everything that's been hidden, everything that's been underneath, that we haven't seen, right? It's going to bring it up so that we can make executive decisions, so that we can also get involved, so that we can't sit back anymore and just let things happen. We have to take a stand. But how do we do that without being in our power, without realizing who we are? We can't do that. And so, yeah, we're going to go through a lot in the next 4 years is what I'm going to say with that, with that aspect. Right now, it just seems really bad because Pluto is in retrograde. Also, the Saturn in Aquarius being in also retrograde, but it's going to stay there until 2023, I believe. And so, again, Saturn wants order. Saturn wants us not to cut corners. It wants us to do the right thing. It wants us to balance our karma. It wants us to, be organized, have discipline within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the expansion of, the Jupiter and Saturn energy going on, we have to go to the positive of Jupiter, so that we can do the right thing, so that we can expand spirituality, because Jupiter has a lot to do with spirituality. It has to do with becoming aware. It has to do with all of that. So this is the time to do that, guys. This is the time to really go within, find ourselves, and then step up to that plate. Do the right thing. Stand up for others that don't have a voice for themselves. Fight for equality and justice, and also for the betterment of the planet, the trees, the vegetation, the animals, everything. It's not just, humans, it's everything. This is the Great Awakening, right? Also, you think about Uranus being in Taurus. Taurus has to do with finance. Taurus has to do with money. We're going into no currency type of life moving forward, right? Sometimes that happens when Uranus is in there. It wants to change. It's sudden, unexpected changes that are permanent. When I hear that, when I say that, and I hear that within myself, it's almost like a storm that is happening, and then you're hiding under the basement, and then you come out to reassess what happened, and then pick up the pieces. That's what we're going through. Those of us that are going to be on the spiritual based and connected to the source are going to be the ones that are going to pick up the pieces and bring the healing about the planet. So I want to be one of those. I don't want to be reactive. I want to just be the observer and really connect to God, pray, meditate, find more aspects of myself that I can bring out to help humanity, because it's no longer about Damaris. It's about we. The I becomes the we. It becomes about community. It becomes about the collective. It becomes about rebuilding an earth that we can all live on, and that we can all share peacefully without, this division, because we're all one human race. And that's what the awakening is all about, so that we can see that we've been divided, segregated, and we can no longer keep going that way. We have to come together as the collective and heal us and heal the planet. And the Venus Mars that Adam was talking about, we spoke about it last week, which is, again, I always say Venus is about love, Mars is about war. Which one is going to win? I believe love is going to win. Will there be casualties? Yes, there will be, because people have had enough, and that's why we're having all of this chaos, right? They're tired of being suppressed, repressed, enslaved in some way or another. So that's why this is all happening. And at the end, love is going to win. I promise.
That's awesome. Awesome stuff.
I love that.
The last thing that you just said about that just kind of really explains my life this week.
What? Which part?
The very last part about Venus and Mars.
Love is gonna win.
Yeah, well, that part, yes, but that's kind of like trite. Yeah, of course love's gonna win. That's the dark and light and all that kind of stuff. But no, it was the part that the people that feel repressed and enslaved are set to fucking revolt. Okay, we are done. We are done living inside other people's boxes, and I don't care if I gotta sleep on top of a freaking flagpole. You're not gonna reach me again. You know, kind of energy. Like, done.
Well, look at Cuba, right? They've been in a dictatorship since before we were alive.
Yeah.
They're tired. They've had it. Had it. And so it's either there's going to be change or they're going to die for it. Really. That's what they're up against.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah.
I pray for the planet, really. I pray for all of us, because prayer is so needed. Meditation, going within, that's that number 7 vibration. I mean, it's only today that 7 vibration, right? But I live that 7 vibration every day, because we have to. One person that prays it will suffice. One person, because prayer is so powerful. So,
and it doesn't have to be one of the things, I'm sorry.
No.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
But in terms of prayer, I want people to understand, in terms of prayer and meditation is stilling yourself so you hear, right? So you hear the response of the prayer that you asked, or what you have said. And prayer does not mean that you need to sit on your knees and flagellate. And which, by the way, just as an FYI, that's sexually, it means, to beat yourself.
Thank you for defining that, because most people I know would probably went, flatulence? What?
I decided I was going to, help with that part. Again, about being women of wisdom, right? No, it doesn't mean that you need to go and beat yourselves. You can be as simple as, I pray for peace,
that's what I say,
joy, or I pray for love, the vibration of love.
Yeah.
And visualize. We can all visualize in some way, shape, or form, however it shows up for you, Mama Earth, the planet Earth, the blue planet, however you would like to refer to it, surrounded with a pink bubble of love. Now, granted, your pink bubble is going to look different than my pink bubble.
Yeah.
I will say my pink bubble is going to be very sparkly.
I was going to say.
And there's going to be dancing music in my little pink bubble.
I love it.
That's my pink bubble. It doesn't mean that your pink bubble, Gail,
right?
Gail. There.
Yeah.
Gail, it doesn't mean your pink bubble is going to be, is wrong because it's different from mine. It just
unless it's Barbie pink, then it's very wrong.
Pepto-Bismol pink is good too.
So close.
I know they are. Right. You need to ask Genevieve to show you a picture of her room that was pink. Or if Caroline is listening, Caroline, show us a picture of your pink bedroom.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Pepto-Bismol has nothing on those pinks.
I don't know if I like that Pepto-Bismol part.
Well,
But
it's a clear, what shade of pink
Yeah,
it is.
Pink it is, right?
You know?
Barbie
Yeah.
pink.
Barbie
you
pink, yeah.
understand. There's another one, Barbie pink.
Yeah, I like
Yep.
that one better.
Yeah, Barbie pink is I like that. That's probably more the shade.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I like that better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but in any case, I think people, when we say pray, right? Pray
For peace.
For peace. They think that they need to get on their knees and beat themselves up because they haven't thought about it or they haven't asked for it. A prayer is simple. It can be one word, but may I say, if you really want it to have impact, add gratitude to whatever prayer that you send out. Be thankful. Say words of thanks. Say, I thank you for what we have, but I would like to continue for it to grow, or I'd like to continue for an expansion of it.
You see, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
We can do that, but there's a lot of people that have been so repressed and suppressed that they don't know what to be thankful for. They have no idea because they live in such oppression.
Fear. So, if you're listening, I'm going to help you. Think of it, this one thing is that you're thankful to be having breath. And even if you're like, okay, Krista, that's a really far stretch because you're not living my life. You're right. I am not living your life. None of us present right here are living your life. But but still, there is a reason why you are here. There is a reason why you are living your life. And just having that little, it might just be a microscopic, smaller than a granule of sand, that you are grateful.
They have to start asking, why am I here? That's how it initiates everything. Why am I here? They're going to start receiving the answers to that.
What is my purpose? I like it rather than why, because why becomes an ego thing.
And there's never an ending answer to why, ever.
Yeah. But what, if you're like, what is my purpose? Or what am I here to accomplish rather than a why?
I asked plain and simple. Why am I here?
Yep. And you know what? That's absolutely legitimate. Both Krista and I have gone through other trainings that pointed out to us what happens in the cycle of why and how what can be more clear, that the answers that you get back. But you know what? Go with it. Go with whatever actually works, because that's the communication that gets through. It's your intention and your emotion behind it that gets through. It does not matter what words you use, really. I mean, in coming up ministerially, when I was learning and training to be a metaphysical minister, the big cringe was, oh, you can't say that you want something.
Yeah.
Because that brings in lack. Well, guess what, honey? You just stuck me with that. That wasn't true until you tried to convince me it was true, and I bought it.
That's right.
The word is the word. And there is historically a difference between wanting something, saying that you have a desire or an urge for it, and being in want, which is spelled WONT, pronounced the same way, and means in lack. You're not saying in want, you're saying you want something.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%.
Yes. Here,
I want in ministry school too.
I want hugs from all of you.
Yay! Soon in person.
So I'm sharing that out with the universe.
There you go.
I want real in-person hugs. So there we go.
Yes, me too. I miss those.
I do
Not
too.
this or this. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to be in those. I'm going to be in doing fist bumps a little while longer where I'm at. But
It depends on the person to me. Sue says hugs. Absolutely. We need
Hugs! I
some
know
good hugs. We
we
really
need
do.
some good hugs. I'll tell you, some good loving hugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is, I mean, we all, and I get, so pray.
Pray.
Just
Yes.
don't get lost in
Yeah.
what prayer means.
Simplify
Or what,
it.
I don't want to say not what prayer means, but don't get lost in the fact that you need to, do it from a Catholic perspective.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah,
have
I'm
a
a Catholic.
rosary. Seriously, I love my rosaries.
Me too. I say
They're
them
beautiful.
too.
I
say them.
have some really gorgeous ones. I have some very special ones
Me
that
too.
have been blessed by the Pope and various other entities and places I've been. But seriously, one of my greatest things is I wake up and my prayer is, thank you for a brand new day.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't matter, what the hell happens. I think is my prayer. Thank you for a brand new day.
I've read somewhere once that someone said, and I can't remember who said it, but I mean, it's, yeah. If you, how did it go? If the only prayer you ever prayed was thank you, that would be enough.
Yes.
That's all you need to do.
That's it.
And I just want to put my 2 cents in there because I used to do this seminar about the Huna techniques and the howlies and all of that kind of stuff. And actually, this past week, I saw an article about how the white people in Hawaii are rising up. That it's a horrible term,
Hawaii, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Huh? And it's like, all right, go sit down. But the point being that they called them howlies because the missionaries that went there did not do any breathing work that the Hawaiians were used to before praying. And they called the white people they said their prayers were without breath, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in looking at all of that, right, you don't have to be, like Krista said, you don't have to be all, intense and have your little, you don't have to do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can energize your prayers and pray them heartfelt, right? That's when you generate a magnetic field out of your heart that pushes that out into the world and lets it come back to you with an answer, right? And that's the whole key. All the rest of it is pretty little bells and whistles. But there's a difference between saying grace before dinner, like, God is great, God is good, let us thank him for our food. By his hand we all are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread, amen, and eat.
It doesn't sound going from the heart.
Thank you. Thank you for this food. Right?
Yep.
There's a
much different.
Big difference. So
huge difference.
All right. Yeah. So all of that enough. I'm going to pop Krista's segment in here right now.
Well, it is really good because, as always, our malachite or our crystal, which is malachite, goes with everything that, of course, Damaris has been saying. Now, for those of you who don't follow me personally on Facebook, and that's fine, you don't need to, and I won't let everybody in, and I don't always post it in the public pages because I'm busy. Malachite for me came up while I was, there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? Do you guys see the heart?
Yeah.
Do you see the heart right there?
Yes. Yep. So beautiful.
Isn't it a gorgeous piece? Well, this popped up, and before I went on my weekend excursion, Kevin and I went away for the weekend. We went into France and we went to a battlefield, Verdun. I'm not going to give you the history lesson on it, but it's World War I, and it is really powerful. It's the largest battle where the most blood has ever been globally shed in one area, ever in all our history.
Wow.
And as humans walking the planet Earth.
Yeah.
All right. And the malachite, I knew that it was our crystal of the week, and I took it before I left. I took a photo, but then I took a different photo when we got back. And that's the one that you guys have seen, right? That I've
Mhm.
posted with the mushrooms. Because for me, it was really important that the malachite went out and I took a photo of it in nature, of it, some kind of nature. And it was raining and the mushrooms just had popped up. And I was like, I need to go take a picture right now. I mean, I just stopped everything and went out and took a picture. Because malachite is about transforming. It's about also letting go. And it's about releasing and healing. Malachite works with all of our chakras. However, it really resonates with our heart chakra.
Mhm.
It also is one of those crystals or stones that has been used like since the dawn of time. The Egyptians used it a lot. You'll see it in their like on their armor, on their plates and everything, because they used it for ornamentation. But they understood that the power that malachite had, because malachite is about, like I said, letting go and transformation, but it's how it transforms. It's how it helps you to let go, because it helps you let go and transform. And we've talked about this becoming, emerging as a butterfly, and that's where we're all going. And that's where this energy that we've been feeling since 2019, probably even before that, the intensity of it is we've all been transforming into these big, beautiful butterflies. Some of us more than others, meaning you've had more transformations of yourself. But it's about doing that in a way that is releasing, in a way that is healing. And that's what this is all about in all this crazy ass energy that we have been having. And we have been having that, Gail brought up, how has this week affected all of us? Well, for me, it has been an emotional up and down roller coaster. My week started where I was, walking battlefields. I was literally walking trenches that soldiers had dug 100 years ago, because Mama Earth wanted us to remember them. I was walking in trenches where there were still dead bodies and bones that were that were surfacing as Mama Earth released them. So, that's how my week started. My week started in a space, in a place where there was fear, where there was death. I mean, I read words that for me, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to unsee them out of my brain, because they just impacted me so. And it isn't a case of I need to hang on to that lesson of what World War I was, because of course we as humans didn't learn enough from World War I. We had to have World War II, right? On an upscale, as we've seemed to have grappled enough and have an understanding that, hey, maybe using our grown-up words is a good thing. And it was very interesting because this all happened also during new moon energy, right? So, it's like, again, it's about new beginnings. It's about releasing. It's about release and let go in order to grow. Because you want to plant the seeds of what you want to have happen and what you want to manifest into the future. So as we're talking about being grateful, as we're talking about prayer, as we're talking about the fact that, the energy keeps us on our toes, remember, it's also about flowing with what is happening. Sometimes these energies happen and they hit us like, it seems like a wrecking ball, but it's how you pick yourself up from that wrecking ball of energy. Absolutely. It's how you look at it and step back and have a different perspective. It's, about pausing. It's about asking yourself, wait a minute, how can I do better as me? I can't control what anybody else is doing, but what can I personally do that can be the change that I'm looking to see? Or what is it that I personally can do to improve this situation that is occurring.
Mhm.
And we are in those moments. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that, seriously, it is like a roller coaster, from moment to moment. I'm watching the news. You're talking about Cuba. We're just watching the news about South Africa here,
Yes.
about what's going on down there. And for me, it's like, and so many, there are people that would say, but wait, didn't we just deal with that like 10 years ago? But really, it wasn't 10 years ago. It was longer. But these are things that are going to keep coming up. And they aren't coming up because we need to attack them like a swarm of anything, whatever swarms. Think of those things that just go and attack and swarm.
Mhm.
No, it means that we just need to remember what those lessons are. And sometimes we just need to say, okay, we learned that lesson, y'all.
Yeah.
We got that lesson. We don't need to keep attacking that lesson. Yes, it may have come up. Acknowledge the fact it came up. Say, guys, that's bad behavior. That is unacceptable behavior. We don't need to be behaving like this. We can do better.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Malachite here, believe it or not, this stone, like I said, when it comes to letting go and transforming, it's powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. But it helps us remember that. And it does it in a way like the stone. You see how there's a lot of motion and movement within that stone?
Yeah.
That's how it helps us let go. That's how it helps us transform. That's how it helps us be better and heal and create friendships and create, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love Malachite. 3 things you need to know. 3, real quick. Most hardness scale, not very high, 3.5 to 4.0. Just one of those ones. Don't put it in water. 2, really mega important. It is toxic. It has mercury in it. Please do not suck on it. Please do not put it in water and drink it. Please, oh please. Number 3, if it breaks, wash your hands. If it's not a polished, if it's raw and it breaks, this one's polished, so I can hold it. But if it breaks, wash your hands every time you touch it, because once again, it has mercury in it. For those who don't understand what mercury is, it's a heavy metal. It can poison you and make you wicked sick. All right.
Wicked sick.
Wicked sick. Not really sick.
This is a medical term. Damaris, your medical astrology. Have you ever been aware of this term? Wicked sick. I want you to start using that in your readings.
I just want to add something to what Krista was saying before you take over. You were talking about, what's happening in Cuba and I thought about the cellular memory of what these people have gone through. And so also that Pluto energy, right? It works collectively to bring out whatever has been hidden. But if you think about it on a personal level, what their cellular memory is about what has happened to them is also coming to the surface. If they don't know how to deal with that, if they're not evolved or aware, I should say aware, or their consciousness is not, where a higher state of consciousness, they're going to come out and do what they're doing. They're going to, they're going to be rebellious.
Yeah, the IRA is becoming active again as well. I'm like, seriously, people, we put all this shit to bed. I'm just like,
not for someone that has the cellular memory, the imprint of abuse, of trauma, of suppression, of repression, of enslavement. Yeah, no, they're gonna come out and create chaos.
Yeah,
true statement. Sure, I agree. I know, poor Gail. She's like, God, girls, you just take up everything.
No, I'm fine with it. I really am. I'm just like,
I'm done.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
But no, this is a really powerful week, and I get it.
Yeah,
There's so many things that are happening that we've dealt with that are coming up. It doesn't mean that you need to go, you need to go and get wicked. You need to get overreactive. It's okay to be reactive, but be reactive in a positive sense. Don't necessarily be reactive in a way that's going to stimulate something that's that comes back, 20 years from now again.
Yeah. Yeah, history repeats itself when we don't learn, right?
Oh, true.
History
story.
repeats itself even if we do learn, because the ones that have learned are watching it repeat itself, watching the ones that didn't learn from it be idiots.
Yes.
I love you, Gail.
Yes. And that's the shit that we're dealing with. I'm like, y'all need to grow up. The rest of
Right?
you. Yeah,
Right?
True story. True story. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Yes. Okay, Miss Gail, your turn.
All righty. Well, like we say every week, it all comes, together. This week's topic is about creating your prosperity or clearing your prosperity path. And one of the things that I want to point out from the very beginning is what Damaris said about the dynamic between Saturn and Jupiter. Okay. And now when these outer planets get into these conjunctions and these transits that have they last a long time because their orbit is so big, right? Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, Uranus, they like affect a whole generation, a couple of them, right? Like 20-year time span.
Yeah, look at Pluto, 08 to 26.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got your inner planets like Mercury and Venus where, it's over 3.5 weeks, right?
Thank God.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
we don't need it longer than that, Dirt Girl.
No, absolutely not. Which, the universe is looking out for us. The intense ones, right, are the small orbits, the inner planets, and the ones that actually set the steps forward in humanity's evolution happen, and last a generation at a time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this pairing between Saturn and Jupiter, something I've been studying it for like the last 3 weeks and all this, but it was something that Damaris said just now that went, that's it. That's how it fits. Because yes, Saturn is all about rules, regulations, right and wrong, how to do it. Discipline, self-discipline, all of that. And Jupiter is about expanding, right? And all of that. So if you really want to expand and you want to put this universal energy to work for you, then the best way to do that is to follow the rules. Okay? Like not right, but not like, oh, the rules, I'm so oppressed. I want to bust out. There's plenty of rebellion energy to draw on right now, okay? But if you want to, and this brings to mind something else that I read today, if you want to actually expand and move forward, right? Then you've got to follow the agreements of your community. You've got to do what needs to be done by when it needs to be done, or communicate with somebody that it won't be done by then so that it can be cleaned up, picked up by somebody else, whatever. You've got to start interacting energetically with the laws of the universe as opposed to the rules, right? Because that's what when Saturn's talking about the rules and regulations, Saturn is talking about how the universe works.
Absolutely.
Energetic law. Okay. So as you give out, so comes back to you. Right.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing that I've read this wonderful post from Krista Rose today that was just down and dirty. Enough of this intellectual talk. If you don't want to be an asshole, do that differently kind of post, right? Somebody commented back. I can't remember who was the commenter, but it just blew my mind and I love it. You can't pee in one section of the pool.
Okay, true story. You can't.
Right? Yep. Anything you do in any area of your life is going to divert,
that's right.
Expand into your whole life. It's going to touch everything. You can't be, over there fudging your hours at work, right? Without getting a surprise out of the, blue bill show up that you have to pay kind of thing, right? You can't poison this area and have it not touch another area. Energetically, there is no compartmentalization. There is no boundary, really, right? So when we can step into going, okay, this area of my life's not working. I want this to work better. So like energetically, what can I do with more integrity that may impact that? Okay. And that may be, and for me, this is scary because what is for me in integrity right now, in order for me to expand into who I want to be in this world, I have to let go of all of my crutches, all of my security blankets, right? I'll still have plenty of entities, alive and unliving, backing me up, and I can ease into trusting in the universe, right? But all of these things that I've put in my life to make me feel more safe are keeping me from being the person that I need to be, right? Universal 100%. Law. I cannot, not walk the talk, right? And if there are people out there now that are, not walking their talk, there will be impacts to that for them. And those systems will be broken down, right?
Yes.
True.
So that is the lesson of today here. If you truly want to clear your path to prosperity, start looking at where you're out of integrity in your life.
The 7.
Yes, the 7. Within. Look within.
Very
Where
much.
is it?
Yeah.
Where is there a gap that needs to be filled? Where have I not communicated what's true for me to a person that can do something about it or needs to know about it? Gossiping and bitching to your girlfriends does not fulfill on that.
Nope.
You must communicate with the person that needs to be communicated with, right?
Yes.
And all of those things, paying your bills, not screwing around with, what you're earning, making money under the table, not reporting your taxes. I know this is all mundane stuff, but mundane magic is amazing stuff. And if you can work with it, it will change your life. Bringing that 7 going within to look for all those things, bringing the Malachite in for loving yourself through all of it. Because if you're like me, there will be things where you go, how did I not see that for 10 years? Right? And you'll want to start beating yourself up, right? Don't bring in the energy of the Malachite. Wrap your heart. Say thank you. The energy of the gratitude, right? All of that. Bring that all in, and you will be mind blown when you see the expansion that happens in your life, as if by magic, just out of you Pluto. Having self-discipline. About doing what you need to do.
That's
what?
It.
What was that?
You said the expansion. I said as if by Jupiter, because
yes,
on the right.
As if by Jupiter, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the thing. Do that. Bring that Malachite energy in. Look within the power of the 7, and do what there is for you to do right here, right now, in front of you, so that the universe can lift you up and push you out to wherever it is that you need to be for its purpose. Right?
Love it.
And say thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And we want to say thank you to our sponsors and contributors. Yes. Always. Absolutely. I could not do this alone. Thank you so much, Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing. Thank you so much, Damaris Samolinsky with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinsky. And thank you to everything that allows me to coach with Creative Command. From all of us here at 3 Crones and the Woo Woo, thank you for watching and for being a part of this event. Speaking of being a part of this event, we want to say congratulations to Miss Paula Tingley.
Wow.
You won this week. And you can reach out to any one of us and get a reading from us of whatever we offer. I'm offering tarot or EFT. Krista is offering crystal readings and or what?
I'll do crystal readings, or I'll just do a regular oracle.
Okay. Yeah. And then Damaris is offering which?
Tarot or numerology reading. So that is also fun.
Awesome. That is fun. I love it. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So, Paula, make sure that you reach out to one of us and collect your prize. Congratulations. And, like a little bit of housekeeping for the rest of you. Everybody, like, love, comment, and share this broadcast in order to be included in the drawing for next week. And I think we're just going to keep going forward for a little while with whoever wins gets to pick a reading from the crone of their choice. I think that's like real simple. Well, that's awesome. All right.
It's kind of fun.
It is fun.
It really is.
I'm enjoying it because I think that, a person gets what they need.
Yes, absolutely. Just trusting the universe that the it's all going to line up exactly.
It always does.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
So thank you again, everyone. Please watch us everywhere. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, and we are on GailNicholson.com stream. And have a fantastic week. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.